And then we'll hit that with a little bit of savoriness. Just to sort of throw slightly off. Make people not understand what's really going on in there. We'll heat this up, and there we have my guess. We'll see how this is. Let's see what it's like right now. That's spicy. What was that? As in what's in here? We have peach preserves. We have apricot. And we have habanero. And we have a dash of Worcestershire. We're going to give this a quick heat. Just bring it up to temp altogether. Just a little Worcestershire. I didn't set a timer with my chicken. I'm giving it 5 more minutes. And we'll take a look at it. Too much habanero to be anywhere close to anything that McDonald's is producing. Otherwise, that's delicious and right in the ballpark. Let's get all that bright fruitiness from the pepper. Maybe a bit stronger on the peach and the apricot than I went. So I'm happy with that for my dipping sauce. I have no idea if I'm close or not on this 15-minute guess for doing this. I got lost into making this, but we'll see how that turns out for us. So I'm pretty happy with the cheese. Even with it just sitting on the stove, I think that's thick enough that it's going to sit up nicely in the freezer and stay in the pickles. Actually, let's take a quick look and see if it all leaked out. Nope. It's all still in there though. Take a look at these, give them a press feel. They're looking like they're pretty well cooked through. Maybe a little short on time, I don't know. Like I said, chat, I lost track of time and I didn't set a proper timer. Some of these that got a little too much mustard on or are sticking to the pan. Last one here sort of falling apart. And this is all deliciousness here in the pan too. It's all going to have chicken juice and honey mustard on it. I'm just going to keep it off because it's not going to look good. Not quite going to fit. There we have first dish of the night. First dinner dish of the night. Helps if we have the right photo settings on. I think I'm partially failing on this in making my own honey mustard mixture that doesn't have the binders and everything of the others. But that's delicious all on its own. This is fruity, spicy, hot deliciousness. It's gonna go great. Not just with this chicken tonight, but I'm gonna use the cheese too. Now we took photos, let's... Alright, frying time. Let's get our other prep items together for this. I don't know if that should be considered a dad joke or a PG version of an adult joke. That's pretty common. Not that Phil McCracken is something that most people haven't heard of that haven't watched The Simpsons. And banned. Tabasco and the eggs. Salt. Now, if you're just doing this for the cheese and not the pickles too, I might consider herbs, other things in there. But I'm going to leave it with just hot sauce, pepper, salt, and MSG. See what we got here. A little squishy, maybe. We'll go with it and try and be quick about it. Actually, no, we need our oil hot first. Let's make sure our oil's hot and ready first. So heat on to our oil. I don't know what to do with the rest of this cheese sauce, chat. I mean, I doubt it's horrible for dipping chicken in. Totally didn't get chicken and cheese all over the place trying to do that. Totally didn't do that. I get it on my beard too. Totally. So I'm trying to have everything set up, ready to go here. I have my whole... Let's add some flavoring to these too here first. But I have my 3 stations for breading. my flour, my egg, and my panko. And then over here on the stove, we'll have the oil ready to go right when. And the reason I want all this ready right here, if only for a better product, but because I'm partially freezing them. I'm not completely freezing them. Like when I grabbed that pickle earlier, there's a little, give to that. That sauce is not completely solid. Paper towel, drying rack. Gone whole stream, my water glass is still empty. For being cold coffee, that was a mighty tasty last sip. Or gulp. Might I say, almost comparable to one of those little cartons of Blue Bottle. Like, the flavors reminded me right on. I think I'm going to go with the pickles first, and then the cheese balls. That's because I'm a little bit more confident on the cheese balls frying up perfectly fine, mostly because they're well mixed with the egg. I'm a little more worried about the pickles not working out. Iced coffee is okay. My iced coffee partaking is probably on par with my green tea drinking. It's a rare but often enjoyable experience. Done with the oven. We can turn that off. Might still use it to keep something warm while we're doing. I'm gonna do pickles first, and then I'm gonna do cheese afterwards. So we'll have to keep the pickles warm. I'm just letting the chicken go because that chicken's going to be delicious even if it's room temperature. It's messy, it's falling apart, but it's all delicious. And like I said, I think it's fallen apart a little bit more on me because I made up my own honey mustard rather than using pre-made, bottled stuff. A little under 200 degrees on the oil. We need to get up to 350, almost 400-ish. Zoom right. I've told people before that the Tribes 3 thing is now a open public beta a couple of times now, and I showed people the Discord. Apparently here just this past weekend, they have now opened it up to a demo on Steam. So there should be a playable demo now on Steam for Tribes 3. I'm on it. I'm not in love with the game compared to what it used to be. It's like most of the newer re-envisionings of it. It's a lot less engineer and repair and base tech and vehicles and much more CTF run and grab and chase. There's a couple of maps that they've got some things built into it where you want to attack the generators and stuff, but it's still just fast grab and chase CTF. But if you haven't played a game like that, it's really fun doing like splash damage with the discs and long distance, and fighting enclosed with explosive stuff is fun too. Not a paid advertisement. I just got addicted to the game when I was like junior high school, something like that. No, because welcome in Fairlane. Because when we put something in there to fry, it's immediately going to drop the temp, and we want to bring it back up to temp. So it's going to do as we get something in there. Though if you're doing lots of frying and you keep going, you can get into, getting that perfect temp. If you're nervous about it and you haven't done it before, and you're looking to do a decent amount of it, like maybe a couple times a week, I would say go for getting one of your own little mini fryers. That way it's a lot easier to maintain. The electrical is not easy to get over too hot, and you don't have an open flame like this situation where if oil gets over the side or starts dribbling down the side, it can catch. Actually, when I was in college, there was a fire at the Culinary Institute from a student leaving the oil from frying from that day's dish just sitting on the stove. And with commercial stoves, you have pilots all the time. And just the oil that had dribbled down the side of the pan caught the pilot, sent the whole room up. Of course, it also had a commercial hood and all that, but the room had been locked because they went to lunch, including the instructor. And it was right across, it was near, right, like in the same hallway, but like across the way from where the teacher's lounge was. And I don't think the teacher was in the teacher's lounge, but several other teachers were. And I remember passing by as it started happening, and there were teachers pounding on that window with a fire extinguisher trying to break in, because it was like, you know, it was that school glass that you don't break, and a locked student school door. But I kept going and left before I figured out how they solved that one, whether they found someone with a key or they broke the thing down, or the whole room was locked off for a while after. I forget what point of college that happened. What point of school I was in when that happened. Like, I want to say that happened in Skills 3 when I was back and doing like restaurants or something. I don't think I was in bachelor's by that time. I just did this and I didn't look at it, or didn't register what it was. We're at 300. No, we don't want any fires in this kit. No. And let's be honest, chat, I let the dry ice go after a little bit, just knowing it was a mess I was going to have to clean up anyways, and I wasn't going to really make things all that much worse. I'm old. Let's just leave it at that. I got gray hair for a reason. Are we able to pull the stuff out yet? Oh, my battery died. I guess we're just going out without the temp sensor rest of the evening because I don't have a spare. It takes a 9 volt and I don't have any other 9 volts to ready to plug into that. Alright, so we got our frozen goodies out here. We'll start with our pickles. We just want a light coating when it comes to the flour. Let's get them all coated with flour first before jumping over to the egg. Yeah, I started to select my 30s. Though I spent most of them too busy with my business to over on the cutting board. It's the first time I'm trying this brand of panko. I'm not using the normal stuff that everyone gets. This is an organic brand from the store that was cheaper this time. It's normally way pricier compared to even the overpriced what is it, Kinkaman? Someone? I don't know who does the other one. I can't remember off the top of my head. And so far, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, they're much darker to begin with. Let's throw the egg back in the freezer. I have a feeling like I've made these more than once. I'm wondering if maybe I beer battered these last time. How did I go about these last time? Did I do them like this? Don't remember. Alright, going into the oil. Our cheesy pickles. Zoom right. Zoom right. Arrgh. Flame is off there. Just for the moment to get yeah, not in love with that panko. Some fine salt over the top. Now you see one of them's busted open a bit. But we got some ooey gooey cheesiness going on here. Over on the cutting board. Like I said, chat, I actually sort of think I probably should have gone back to the original way I did this. You can do these in half. They're still a bit thick, you know, at that size, but they're not... Thank you for the follow. Sorry, my bot is not catching up with that tonight. Stream Elements knows what was up, though. I think I've given this enough time. I've taken a photo. Let's try one of these that was already emptied out, mostly. Crunchy hot pickle. See if I can't bite into one of these and get a cheesy mess here. Wish my breading was a bit better. I did better last time with these. But those are yummy. Let's go ahead with our cheese bites, cheese balls. we're going to need a little bit more of this panko. Panko does have good flavor, though. But for anyone just joining in, wondering what I'm working with here, these are little balls of sheep cheese that I mixed with egg and froze. Now we're coating them in flour, coating them in egg, and then coating them in panko. I'm sort of curious to see how much or how little they change in size here. With the egg's gonna likely make them poof up a bit. These could probably have frozen a bit longer, like overnight sort of a thing, been almost completely frozen. As they are now, they're going to be a little bit of a challenge. They're starting to defrost, especially with the egg warming them up. But another great alternative to using the sweet and sour sauce that I've got here tonight with these is going to be Just some hot honey. Darn it. Music. Zoom left. Yeah, I wanted you to look at the right anyway. You gotta go whole pickle. You can't go halfway with those. They're too messy. Ooh. That's not really what I expected at all. I ate one. Gooey cheese. I'm going to say that this is a recipe that I want to experiment with a bit more. I think I want to try a couple of different cheeses, especially when we have interesting things like this going on. Throwing these all on a plate here. Here we go, chat. Wow. Giving me some ricotta feels. Yeah. Let's give these two a shot together. Our habanero, sweet and sour. Delicious and amazing. And too much habanero. Maybe put one pepper for twice as much. If you want to be closer to a real sweet and sour. This is just hot and sweet. This one tried to lose its insides. It's sort of a fun surprise with these little cheese balls, trying to figure out which ones are going to end up being little puff balls, where the cheese is either evaporated, cooked through, or hardened, or oozed out, and the ones that are just like full of cheese. That one's gonna be full of cheese. Both of these are great candidates for burning your mouth. Just warning you. I know, not a lot of green on this counter tonight, chat. Maybe I should have chopped up some green onion and thrown it over the top like I was going to eat it. But I do believe it is that time tonight, chat. Where I refresh the list of channels that I'm following, hoping to find something to host. And decide to just call it a night right here. I'm going to go and enjoy these. Thank you for joining in with me tonight for finger foods. We'll be back here tomorrow night doing, what are we doing? I'm going to call the winner right now. We're doing walnuts tomorrow night. Walnuts wins the ingredient challenge, so I'll be using walnuts to make dinner and dessert tomorrow night. And then we got fun stuff planned out through the rest of this month now, actually, so hope to see you back. I enjoyed hanging out with all you tonight. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I hope you'd enjoy coming back. Good night, all.